Chapter 3, Hanging Out Like a Boss. It was 12:50 p.m. and your mother was shouting at you to get up from bed since you couldn't sleep until 5 a.m. because you couldn't stop thinking in the skeleton and his awkward way to make friends. As you saw the hour it was, you jumped from your bed, you put on your clothes, you prepared your school bag and you got out of your house running. You arrived at school exhausted since you've been running for 10 blocks. You sat next to Valentine and waited until the geography teacher's arrival. 7 minutes passed and the teacher didn't arrive yet, so you decided to talk to your friends for a while. You talked with Valentine, then you went to talk to Tom. You approached his desk and said hello to him. The same he did. You asked him about yesterday, why didn't he go to the canteen to meet you, and he answered, I forgot ... and you, acquainted with these things, said, always the same, Tom. While you chuckled, suddenly you heard the door open and saw the head teacher with another teacher. You immediately went back to your desk, like the rest of your schoolmates. When everyone sat, the head teacher, with the cold voice that always used, said, Students, we are here to tell you that for today, classes are suspended for the teacher's plenary. As your schoolmates heard that, everyone jumped happily and took their school bags and came out of the classroom running, everyone except you and Tom. You slowly came out of the classroom. Tom said, when I arrived at home, I remembered that you had to come. Then you both laughed. You went down the stairs and walked to the school's exit. Always the same, ha 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 ... we can leave it for another day ... and after that, he answered, if you want we can go now to the mall and have something to drink or eat. And you answered, great. And here is my wallet, and Tom added while touching his pocket, shame that I forgot it at home. He. And you reacted, that is so typical of you. After that, Tom said, would you mind waiting 5 minutes? I'm going to my house to look for my wallet. I'll come back ... and then Tom rushed to his home. 5 minutes passed and Tom didn't come back. You didn't mind. 30 minutes passed, you decided to wait a little more. An hour passed, and a bit angry, you slowly started to walk to your home. Walking a little bit faster, you were 1 block away from your home, but before you could cross the street, you heard someone shout your name on the other side of the street. You turned around to see who it was and you saw Sans with his brother and a pair of monsters, a tall fish that looked like a girl, and a little dinosaur that also looked like a girl. You crossed the street and said hi to them, the same they did. Sans, intrigued, asked you why you were out of the school at this hour, 2:51 p.m., and you answered, I came out of school so early because today it was the teacher's plenary. And now I'm going to my house to have lunch, because I'm very hungry, ha ha ha. And then Sans placed his hand on your shoulder, and why don't we advance the hangout of today and go to the mall to eat something? What you think? You completely forgot that you had to hang out with them, and as you remembered it, your eyes widened, but you accepted to go with them and you went slowly walking to the mall. Once you arrived, you decided to go to McDonald's/Burger King, Subway, or what you prefer, V. At the time that you had to pay for the food, you grabbed your wallet to withdraw a $100 ticket, but before you could pay, Sans grabbed your hand and said, don't, I'll pay ... I guess ... Then you put back the ticket on your wallet, you took the tray in which your food came in and sat in the table in which were the others. You sat next to Papyrus, and he stared at you with a ... sad face. What was wrong with him? Before you could ask him, Sans rushed in and sat fiercely on the table, and dropped the tray like nothing. After meeting them, talk for a while, tell bad puns, you finished eating, and Sans and the other 2 monsters, that were called Undine, the fish, and Alphys, the dinosaur, decided to go to the cinema. Once you arrived at the cinema, you decided to watch a comedy movie. It was fun, everyone laughed a lot. Everyone except Papyrus. He was very serious. When the movie ended, it was 6:04 p.m. You decided to go to the park and see the sunset. You arrived and sat to see the sunset. There was nobody at the park, only you, so it was silent. Undine, to break the silence, said, "I'm thirsty. And then Alphys added, "Yeah. Me too. What do you think about going to the shop to get something to drink?" And Undine accepted. Then Sans added, "I'm wondering if they have ketchup. Let's check." And then he went to the shop with the girls, leaving you alone with Papyrus. Trying to start a conversation with him, you asked, "Hey Papyrus. Tell me, are you wearing armor or a superhero outfit?" And as you finished your question, Papyrus started to cry. Trying to comfort him, you asked him, "What's the matter?" And then he answered, "It's all my fault. It's my fault that Frisk is dead. My fault. I didn't take good care of her. Fault." After hearing that, you hugged him and said, "It was an accident. It's not your fault. Come on. Don't cry. Frisk wouldn't want this. Frisk would want you to be strong and keep on your way." And then Papyrus stopped crying and looked to your eyes and said, "You remind me of her. You are so kind. So cool. And even cuter than her. As you heard that, you blushed and answered, "I don't think so. And he responded, "Well, I do think so. Grabbing you by your shoulders, he came closer to your mouth and leaned his denture on your lips. It looked like he was trying to kiss you. Without noticing it, you started to kiss his denture. You threw back and then Papyrus threw over you, leaning his denture on your lips stronger. It was your first kiss and you were enjoying it, but it didn't last long since Sans, Alphys, and Undine came back with their drinks, and as they saw Papyrus on you, they asked, "Are we interrupting something?" And you answered, "No, we were playing fighting and he was winning. He. And then Undine said, "Great, I'm in," and threw over you and Papyrus. Then Alphys threw over you and for last Sans threw over everyone. Smashed, you managed to escape, making them fall. After a while, the moon was out, so you decided to go home. The guys accompanied you until you reached your house's door and then they said goodbye. You stared at Papyrus's eyes, same he did, and he smiled at you. You also smiled at him. The clock struck 8:57 p.m. and your mother was cooking dinner, spaghetti, but when she was looking for the noodles, she noticed that she didn't have any noodles, so she asked you to go to the shop and buy them. You quickly reached the shop, you looked for the noodles, you paid for them and you left. On the way back to home, you passed in front of Tom's house, as you did on the way to the shop, and with a bit of contempt you stared at his house. But suddenly you noticed something strange. The front door was open. You decided to approach to take a look.
Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you guys want to watch more like it, please subscribe to my channel and become part of the video game fanfiction plot. And please leave a comment down below and hit that like button. If you guys have any suggestions on any stories you guys want me to read, don't hesitate. They're always welcome here in the video game fanfic plot. That also goes for video games. Until next time, goodbye!